let's jump into the daily challenge and see what is available today. So for today we have our clans as Umbra, Stygian, which is not in itself a problem or anything, but the problem comes with a certain mutator for today. So we have at your service, start with 2 additional train stewards and advanced prototype. Advanced prototypes gives us train stewards +5/+5, damage shield 2 and multi-strike 1, which all in all is pretty nice, but it does mean we start with 2 additional train stewards, which can be an issue. Then there is Chunked Up, add 8 calcified embers to your starting deck, and there's the dreaded Big Chungus. All friendly units get +1 capacity consumption. So that means we can only fit 1 steward on each floor. Our morsels are gonna be 2 capacity, our totems are gonna be 2 capacity. Penumbra is 4 capacity by default. Goes up to 5 with Monstrous 1, 6 with Monstrous 2. Luckily, it can't surpass 6 capacity, so it will stay at 6 if we ever go to Monstrous 3. And even Architect will at best only make up for the capacity that it needs for itself. For them. So, yeah. Big Chungus plus at your service is already pretty problematic. Having Chunked Up on top of it might make this challenge pretty damn harsh. So, for the scores, we have scores mostly in the 44 to 48k range. Only Comrade managed to surpass the 49k. Yeah, so we'll see how hard this really is. I can see a few familiar names besides Comrade here on the first perch, and 5th place there's Never Nathaniel. And at 8th place I can see my regular viewer and follow and subscriber hidden away here. Yeah, I have definitely seen Seth lol before. Mr. Miskatonic, I think I might have seen this name before, but I'm not 100% sure. Well, let's not care about those any longer, and let's jump into the run and see how our starting deck looks like, because that's gonna be a big deal. And of course it's morsels. So, we have Making of a Morsel and Cannibalize for morsel generation from Umbra, and we have Flash Freeze from Stygian, which is a pretty nice one. Pretty happy to have it. The Seraph is the Temperant, and he will sap our units. Shroud Spike would be nice with the big morsels. I guess so. Shroud Spike, Shroud Mitosis. Yeah, that too. Shroud Spike and Shroud Mitosis both don't really care about the capacity. They allow you to gorge a bunch of times no matter what. So those would definitely be solid pickups. Wing Technology. Morsel units get damage shield 1. Well, we already have a bunch of morsels, but I'm not too keen on using morsels very much if they are this large. I think I'm gonna go with Drop Cage. It's pretty good with Cave In, after all. So Architect is not an option, and the Glutton is too large to fit even a single morsel on the floor. So that only leaves us with one choice. Gorge strategies are really hard to pull off with this modifier. Because some of the gorges are just too large to even fit a single morsel on the same floor. Non-boss enemy units enter with spikes 3. Let's shouldn't be a big deal. We're not using a bunch of units on the same floor to get hits in. I kinda wanna make sure I get the collector, if at all possible. And there we go. Now I think we focus more on removing calcified embers from the deck. No ember this turn. Hmm. 10 damage short on killing the boss on the bottom floor. 4 damage short actually, because we have a frozen lance we could play. But if we're short anyway, might as well remove more of these calcified embers from the deck. That's not a bad thing. Immortal Trade and Perils of Production. Definitely not an Umbra Assault. I don't want any more morsel generation in this deck. Oh, let me close the door real quick. Perils is more of an enabling card, while Immortal Trade is more of a payoff card. Immortal Trade would allow us to more easily perfect the fights. I kind of like it. I also like Perils of Production, honestly. They are both pretty good, but I think I'm gonna go with Immortal Trades. Helico Crystallis is not a bad idea. Might be a problem with Ember Drain, but I'm just gonna pick it up for now. I think I want the spell upgrades. Nothing we consume. Cost reductions, I think these flash freezes benefit a lot from them. Let's upgrade a Frozen Lance with Consume and then reroll. Double stack the Immortal Trade. It's a dangerous path to go on. I like it, but yeah, the Frozen Lances do synergize with the Trample from our Penumbra, so the damage on the frontliner is not wasted. Hi Anita Potato, welcome. Do I want spell damage on anything? Not that urgently. This is not necessary until much later, but it becomes very good later, so I'm still gonna do it. And I think I'll buy a Perch on a Train Steward here. They are useful, but we can only have 2 of them in the deck. Yeah, if I took that Perils though, I wouldn't have the Immortal Trade. Is the problem there. Magma Morsel on top just in case the collector spawns there. Frozen Lance here only damages my Penumbra by 1. Doesn't really benefit me at all. Frozen Lance, Flash Freeze is pretty good. Hey, Anita Potato, welcome. Thank you so much for the sub on tier 1 for the 2nd month in a row. Enjoy your emotes in chat. I think this is what we do. We just take the damage on Penumbra and leave these guys up. That shouldn't matter. We will have Immortal Trade for the boss most likely. Not guaranteed sadly, but there's a decent chance we get it. And that gives us the boss kill here. While still allowing us to play another Calcified Ember. Thank you. I got the permission to use that emote from the devs. It's not one I made by myself, it's actually from the dev Discord server. Now I wish I had taken the Perils of Production. I will take a second Immortal Trade, but that's gonna be the last one I take. I wouldn't mind the Titan's Tooth, to be honest. The cost is pretty difficult to justify. Especially as we get more Ember Drain. It's gonna become harder and harder to justify 3 cost in the deck. And we don't have any discard just yet. Titan Sentry is a pretty interesting card here. It's the only one I'm really considering. Shadow Eater has the problem of being too large to have morsels. Yeah, it can. The Inferno can be a kind of a "this is fine" meme expression, but it can also be yeah, he can also be casting the Inferno and totally demolishing his enemies. If you only have so few emote slots, you need to find some multi-purpose emotes. Also, we unlocked a new emote slot recently, so I'm probably gonna move the GG emote to a tier 1 and add another emote on tier 2 pretty soon. I think I'll take the Titan Sentry. Spell upgrades and a Stygian unit versus dupe. I don't want to dupe anything in this deck. And I do want the Merchant of Magic. Maybe not the Stygian unit, but we'll see about that. Yeah. I can't see myself going Incant. Cave of 1,000 Eyes. Very nice. That's basically free relic, right? We'll take it. Oops. Order. Now I kind of regret not taking an Incant unit. I don't want to double stack the other Immortal Trade. I think that's a bit too much. Start cost reducing the Helical. I think it's my next important spell. 3-roll Holdover. Holdover the double stacked Immortal Trade for an insane amount of lifesteal that just doesn't seem necessary. Now I really wish I picked up the Perils, because holdover perils will be amazing. I think I'll take a holdover flash freeze. Helps me deal with backliners and adds up some boss damage. Yeah, that's what I thought. Usually you go banner before caverns because you might want to upgrade the unit. Problem with Titan Sentry on the bottom floor is that Titan Sentry can kill Daedalus on their own. So we might be looking at a second turn fight, second floor kill. We could also try to set up the bottom floor, even though it's dangerous, with the Trample Penumbra. But then why do we have the Titan Sentry, right? That would mean I flash freeze the bomb and play the Penumbra on the second floor. Not happy about it, but I think the chance the Penumbra dies if I play him on the bottom floor is way too high. He will go down to 10 health. So I think the next wave has much lower damage. So we have a little bit of time to draw into an Immortal trade. Let's take the risk. It is a pretty big risk, but... Alright, it's this wave. Well, we are okay. We are actually just okay here. Block the damage and keep the Titan Sentry alive? No. I'd rather have the Titan Sentry die here and make room for another Train Steward than have him alive at super low HP. This is 24 damage, so we survive and heal back to full. But I kinda wanna play the Helical. Play a Train Steward here. Rubble Morsel. We are Ember Drained for 4 next turn, so even the Rubble Morsel won't change that. Okay, that worked out. I don't even have to think about that one. Siren of the Sea. With double incant. It's +4/+4 plus spell we play. It has to be good, right? Well, we need some kind of descent to actually make use of it. I agree, Anita. I definitely think Umbra has the best support cards. I'm not really sure if it's even worth picking the Siren of the Sea, despite having the Founding Seal, which sounds crazy, but... Also we need to pick capacity here, otherwise we can't Monstrous 2 the Penumbra. And that means we can have Siren of the Sea behind a Titan Sentry on another floor. I'll take it. Yeah, cave in is what I am really looking for. We have pretty low gold and I'm really interested in some card removals. And this is nice. I guess we take the additional frostbite. We still have way too many train stewards, morsel generators, cards that cost Ember. I wonder whether or not I should even keep the Titan Sentry. Doesn't feel like the Siren of the Sea needs a frontliner. And it also doesn't seem like we need backline clearing. Well, we kinda do, because Penumbra is on the bottom floor most of the time, and until we Furnace tap, we won't have enough damage to trample through the backliners. But we have so many ways of dealing with the backliners. We could have used Architect here, which would have been interesting. That would actually made it possible for Penumbra to be in front of the Siren. Yeah, with the rules of containment, it's a lot more safe to do these kind of things. While I do have the Siren now, I don't see me casting very many spells on this floor, honestly. We can do that with Frozen Lands, which is a better choice. Get this Train Steward out of the deck. Uh-oh. We missed the Ember to play the Furnace tap. But we are okay here. Gem Trove, Grovel, Engine Upgrade. Nope. Preserve, Cartel Hex, Ice Storm. I like a Preserve. Relics or card removal, dupe and caverns. This is basically just relics. Slightly cost reduced relics because we get some gold here. What relics do I want? Yeah, that's about it. I mean, any draw relic would of course be decent. Ember. Yeah, calcified embers, please. Do we still have any left? No, we don't. Sadly not. This could make an amazing incant deck if you keep a lot of the embers. Well, you have to keep them until after Fell, but still. If you keep many of the embers and pick up the incant seal and go with an incant build, it could be pretty crazy, but keeping all these embers until after Fell seems like a rough proposition. I think 3 train stewards is a good number for now. We can fit them all on the same train. Fit them all on the train at the same time. Do we dupe the Furnace tap? I think so. It's not gonna be useful just now, but we will have the excavated emboss. We do have the freeze with the preserve. So we should in theory be able to line this up, at least for Seraph. It's a big chunk of damage. Let's make this a smaller chunk of damage, please. Can we save Penumbra here? Flash freeze makes this... No, we can't. Uh-oh. Should have seen that coming, to be honest. Yeah, this is a problem. Yeah, obviously I needed Immortal Trade in the first hand, because in the second hand it doesn't... Yeah, you can. You can reload on daily challenges. It's only disabled on Hell Rush. Yeah, I guess we have to take the score hit and deal with them on the second floor. And make use of the Frostbite. And now it's time to go. This Furnace Tap is not gonna work out. I'm gonna freeze it anyways. Just so we don't shuffle it into the next deck. Mostly. No. Drain. Not really interested, no. Unit upgrades versus and then a relic and the caverns versus just removals and spell upgrades. The unit upgrades don't really matter all that much to me. Yeah, same as before. Relics are not really how we improve this deck. Removals are much more useful. Let's get the Making of a Morsel out of here and let's start removing these Shade Splitters. Permafrost. I don't think we need that. Another consume on the Frozen Lands is nice. Let's cost reduce the Helical again so we can actually play it when Ember drained. Let's double stack a Furnace Tap. And let's cost reduce the other one. Do we? Is there anything else I wanna... No. There's nothing else I wanna cost reduce right now. Let's also buy a Purge for the Cannibalize. And yeah, let's head on. Now our deck is finally in at a reasonable size, I think. This is too much damage. Maybe we can even think about a flying kill here with the double stack furnace tap. It's a huge damage output on Penumbra. I am definitely gonna try for it, even though I think it might not work out, but we'll see about that. Let's just freeze random cards, so we don't draw into them again. This would be so good. Certainly doesn't look like a flying kill is gonna work, even with all the frostbite and the multi-strike and everything going on. Maybe it would be different if we had another furnace tab active, but I doubt it. And frostbite is also not a ton of damage, to be honest. Gifts for a guard. There is a potential infinite with Gifts for a Guard and Excavated Embers with Consume Removal. Might as well try. I'm not saying it's very likely that we'll get it, it's in fact very unlikely, but... aren't there 2 magic shops left? Wasn't there any on... I think there is one on this floor, here, and there will be one on the Seraph floor. So there is a chance. This should probably be a skip. Although the Temporal Talisman with the Flash Freezers is nice. Against specifically Shadewings. Oh my god. Don't need to cost reuse it for the combo. But no, the Siren of the Sea is gonna be our combo payout. We if we go infinite, we win with the Siren of the Sea. That's huge. Maybe. Because most of our spells are gonna consume when we draw them with Gifts for a Guard. But we might also win with furnace taps. And as you can see, the monstrous 3-pen Umbra stays at 6 capacity, because 6 capacity is the maximum a single unit can have. So we don't have to worry about him not fitting on the floor anymore or something like that. I should have flash frozen first. But that's okay. I only need that one train steward to prevent me from taking damage. Okay. We managed to get an infinite income combo off. Not like we benefit from that at all in this specific situation, but we managed to get it off. So this deck can already do it. Is Prism Retrieval something that helps us? Not really. A second gift for a guard theoretically speeds up the combo. Oh, we can dupe the non-consume thingy. Can't take commemorative spike, obviously. Otherwise we can't fit Penumbra. So now we have a real infinite. Yeah, that's just infinite damage. We don't even need the Siren of the Sea anymore. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I don't think so. The Siren of the Sea makes things go a lot faster though. No, because our win condition is gonna be Flash Freeze. Maybe though. Let's remove Crane's Swords. And I think we just go in with 780 gold. I need to be careful. I think I should avoid using the immortal traits just yet. Well, I guess I can use this one. No, because we have a non-cost reduced gifts for a guard in the deck as well. I should start with gifts for a guard. I need to consume most of my spells. Play as many of my units as possible. And we might be able to win this very turn. Pretty happy that I have the Helical Crystallis in the hand right now. And this is why I said the Gifts for a Guard could speed this up, because we can Gifts for a Guard into Gifts for a Guard. And there we go. Now the combo is we play Helical, we draw Helical. We play Helical, we draw Helical, and then when we have no more excavated embers in hand, we play the we play the Gifts for a Guard. Why did that one consume? Wait, why did it consume? Huh? That shouldn't happen. I apparently messed the combo up by consuming both Gifts for a Guard. I don't know how that happened. This Gifts for a Guard didn't draw the other one. I need to make I need to pay close attention to the gifts. This Gifts for a Guard can't draw the other one because there are still spells in the deck. Which is why I'm playing it now. should be playing those all on the top floor, obviously. Okay. We need to pay attention. So this gift for a god doesn't have consume, so we can safely use this one. But we can't... Huh. Yeah, now the problem is if we play the other gifts for a guard, both of them will have consume. So this is not reliable. Also the Helical Crystallis has consume, but not the Flash Freeze, so that's fine. How many spells can I play and still combo off? One at least. Two if I draw into... Two works as well. I should play these consume spells anyway. Is this consuming? This doesn't consume, so... We hit the gifts for a god anyway. I might be approaching this wrong. Maybe I need to freeze. I thought somehow I could do this with two gifts for a god. But obviously they can't chain into each other, otherwise we run into problems with consuming things, and this is a lot more complicated than I would have thought. So let me pay close attention. I think I want to start out with gifts this turn. I kinda would like to freeze the gifts. That would certainly help. Are we guaranteed? An excavated ember next turn? We are not. I'm still gonna gamble it. Let's throw these out. And now it should work. Gifts for a guard has exactly 3 spells to draw. Yeah, now we are okay. This should be the fastest way. Let's consume these. We need to draw gifts first, then we draw into Helical back, then we draw these two again. We can even speed this up a little bit by using the Flash Freeze as well. And we draw the Flash Freeze again. Now we consume it. Let's also consume the Shade Splitter. Finally, we draw back into the Helical. We also consume the Immortal Trait. But never the Helical. Draw gifts. Draw into Helical. Oops. I think I messed it up. I think this no longer works. Yep, messed it up. I can do it. One more try. This is a bit annoying to do. I think I should actually play these. At least the one that leaves us with some Ember. I should be playing. Hope this works out. And this should work out. Yeah, in fact it's guaranteed. Okay. Now pay more attention. So don't want to throw that again. Draw back into the Helical. Now we can draw one more spell. That's gonna be the Immortal Trade. Then we play Gifts. We get back Gifts immediately. After we have Gifts, we can play the Immortal Trade, we can play the Helical once, we can play the Excavated Ember. With the Excavated Ember in hand, we can play Gifts. First, let's make sure we don't have unnecessary cards in hand. Okay. We play Helical, we draw Helical. We play Gifts. We play these Gifts to consume the other Gifts. That's a bit unnecessary, to be honest. But it's... Yes, play it, draw it, play it, draw it, play Gifts. Draw Gifts, play it, draw it, play Gifts. Draw Gifts. Play it, draw it, play Gifts. Draw Gifts. Play it, draw it, play Gifts. Okay, I think I have it figured out now. And if I mess up, I can continue with the Flash Freeze. Which is obviously gonna take longer, but can still work. Draw it, Gifts, draw Gifts, play it, draw it, play Gifts. At least Penumbra is providing a large chunk of extra damage here, so we don't have to deal with the whole health bar of the Seraph. A Siren scaling would probably also be nice. That would make the combo a lot easier to pull off, because we can basically mash buttons at that point. Yeah, I messed up. Good thing we have the flash freeze. Draw gifts. Play it. Draw it. Play gifts. Draw gifts. Play it. Draw it. Play gifts. Draw gifts. Play it. Draw it. Basically, once my hand is only flash freeze and gifts, I need to play gifts. Flash freeze always needs to be in my hand, basically. And gifts. Ugh. It's complicated to... Yeah, it's pretty easy to write a bot for a task like that, I think. But it's not that easy to just focus and do this with your human brain. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my flatmate, who is a little bit into programming, he has done some auto hockey, among other things, would be able to automate this combo fairly easily. Somehow this gifts is lagging now, which I don't like. Every time I play it, this is pretty scary. I hope nothing breaks, but we're almost there. Almost there. Too many gifts. Holy shit. I think these excavated embers have too many effects stacked on them. Let's please end this quickly. I don't want it to crash on a gifts play. Yeah, I should probably write a feedback about that. Well, the magic power would be a reason, wouldn't it? This is enough. I want to avoid doing more cycles. I am afraid it would crash otherwise. Yeah, but if it stacks like 100 plus 20 magic power on the same thing, then that might cause problems as well. 8-turn boss rush indeed. 50k. That was a bit annoying to play, but kind of fun because it's a combo I don't think I have ever done before. The Excavated Ember Gifts for a Guard combo with either Incant or just any damage spell as a payoff or any buff spell. If we had non-consuming Furnace Tap, we could have done this so much faster, because we could have stacked Rage and Multi-Strike on Penumbra until he would have one-shot Seraph, which would probably have taken like 8 or so Furnace Taps instead of like 100 Helical Crystallis on Flash Freezes. But yeah. So, looks like we have officially beat Comrade today. With a combo deck, no less. Yeah, I assume so. Let's take a look. So, Comrade went for Gifts for a Guard, Excavated Embers. Also duped. He had 2 Sirens of the Sea. He managed to get a 9-turn boss rush. So he definitely went more combo heavy than I did. But he couldn't pull off early Fell and Daedalus kills. He struggled. He went too much for combo. He also went Architect, so he could abuse the incants. He was more aiming at an incant deck than Ember Drain style. So yeah, there we have it. I think this is our first victory victory on Comrade, over Comrade, where he also went for the same combo as we did. I usually only win against him if there is no combo at all to be found. Let's look at some other decks. I think Nate was around here. Let's actually jump in here. Nate is around here as well. Nate went with full Trample Penumbra, not surprising. He also picked up a Siren of the Sea, only one, so probably also just after finding the Founding Seal. He picked up the Shadow Eater, which surprises me. He duped the Excavated Embers twice, but didn't consume remove them. He had double Immortal Trade with double stack. He picked up a Prism Retrieval with Permafrost, which is not a bad idea if you have so many Excavated Embers. Other than that, a very similar deck to ours. Consume double stack Permafrost at Furnace Tap, which allowed him a 4-turn boss rush on Seraph. Yeah. Reasonable deck. Pretty solid, basic Ember Drain build. Looks quite strong. And then hidden away. Let's take a look at their deck as well. Multi-striking Incant Siren of the Sea. Well, Incant Armored Siren of the Sea. That was certainly nice with the Founding Seal. Endless Healthy Titan Sentry. Not bad either. Duped Excavated Ember, but didn't consume remove it. Holdover Perils of Production, he went with that one. Obviously went with the Furnace Tap. You have to if you have Holdover Perils of Production. There's no way you can turn that down. And not only did he double stack consume remove it, he also duped it after that. And still that wasn't enough to get a flying boss kill on them endgame bosses. The 19-minute guy. Yeah, that's pretty surprising. 830 coins. Ember stasis. Only a single excavated ember. But shouldn't he have a ton of them? Is the first battle 3-turn boss rush is actually possible, apparently. Comrade got it. Not quite sure how it was possible, but if it's possible, and that's not too suspect in itself. Other than that, I think every boss would theoretically be 3-turn boss rush possible. Maybe not this one. The Sycophants of the Seraph. I have no idea how you would 3-turn boss rush that with the aggressive amulet. At least not with this deck. Also, these upgrades make no sense whatsoever. I am very suspect of this guy. I'm gonna report him with some, just in case, with some. But I told the devs that I'm not sure he's a cheater, just so they can inspect them. Maybe they can find some other, something that we as players don't have access to. Eislich apparently didn't find the calcified ember to... Oh no, he did find the excavated ember conversion, but he had the ember stasis later. Oh, so it was after the excavated ember event. And kept one calcified ember in the deck. Yeah, this was a pretty challenging one, but also surprisingly fun for these mutators. I didn't expect these mutators to make for such an interesting run. Not just the infinite combo, more so the interesting Ember Drain build. Although Ember Drain was basically the way to go with these mutators, so not a surprise there.